Okay, so eating good, health, working out, some type of workout program, circadian rhythms, and then goal setting, but not the traditional sense in goal setting. Goal setting coming from the outcome first. We get so caught up in our daily living and habitual patterns and repetition that we don't see much spontaneity or any change going to take place. And that's because it's not. Because unless you take immediate direction, or if you're going to set sail to the ocean and you don't have a map to get there, or a captain or coordinates, then good luck, basically. So make a vision of a life that you could dream, the best life that you could imagine, and free from bondage of money, because that's our problem. We start to think, oh, but I don't have the money, or I don't have the looks, or I don't have the this, or I don't have the confidence, or I don't have all these things to be able to stop me from getting my goals. That's good. These are the things that you got to burn off in order to get there. But if you don't see these daily disciplines as leading to a better future, then you won't even do it. A person will not even take action if they don't believe it's even possible to be done. If you're not going to jump off a cliff because you know that when you fall off, you're going to die most likely. You've already concluded. It's a conclusion. It's a death to a possibility. You concluded that if you go off this cliff, then you will in fact die. So when you conclude something, I can't do this, or this isn't going to happen, then you don't even search for a possibility for it to become reality, because you've already concluded that it doesn't exist. So you don't seek for something that you already concluded. So you have to break that, and I would suggest getting yourself into a peak state physiological. So like what I'll do is I'll stand up and I'll do a set of breathing exercises, but intense ones, and really change my state, get my posture up, and then I do a set of mantras. And people are like, oh, mantras and fucking positive thinking bullshit. It's about using your your body, getting it into a peak state, and your mind psychologically, because it's a gift that we can think thoughts alone and produce the equivalent chemical compounds. So if we think happy, positive thoughts, serotonin and dopamine flood through our brain. But also it's a blessing and a curse, because if we stress and we're constantly in a fight or flight system, in a state of survival rather than creation, then we will consistently be producing cortisol and stuff that breaks down tissue and lets disease thrive. And literally our thoughts make us sick as well as they can make us well. So we're trying to get into those thoughts to make us well. So first you get yourself into a state, think of the things you're grateful for, get your posture right, do a set of breathing exercises. And then now when you're in a good state of mind, free from distraction, write out a vision of what type of life you want in relationship with family and significant other, what you want for your health and physical goals, what do you want for materialistic goals, and yes, get real crazy with it. The Lambo, the freaking everything. Get crazy with it. Like everything you've ever wanted, write it all down. Like don't feel like you're selfish or greedy. Write everything you could get for your mom and friends, and if you had the money to do it, like really dream this life out. Then write it in spiritual goals. Because everybody needs some ounce of spirituality. They don't have to believe there's a God. Maybe just fundamentally understanding that you don't know. Because when you believe something, just like we were saying, it's a conclusion in itself. So if I believe something, I'm assuming something that I don't necessarily know, or I don't have the courage to say in its extreme import that I don't know it. So when you believe something, then you've drawn a conclusion and you stop seeking. So if you say that I don't really know, then naturally you can't just sit with that. Your body, you'll start to seek. So starting with the I don't know. So even if you don't have to believe in a God or anything, but just understanding that I don't know. We say that 98% of the atom is empty, meaning really we don't know what 98% of one atom is, yet we make conclusions about everything around us. So science and economy has done a very good job at describing the world around us through our senses, the way that we can visualize it and process it through our five senses. But the real nature of life itself, even the greatest scientists and everybody don't necessarily know, which means that we definitely don't know. So when you start with not knowing and bringing a clean slate, and then you can associate a life that has meaning to you, because that's all you can really do is associate the best life that you can imagine in material, spiritual, relationship, physical goals for your life. Build that amazing life for yourself, then strive towards making that life a reality. And what will happen is, on the process, you will become a better version of yourself, a better man or woman, a more enhanced man or woman consciously in mind, body, and spirit. And when that happens, you will now be able to make another plan and formulate a better good for your life. Because good and evil is really just a scale of, we've seen the ultimate evil on our planet. We've seen the Holocaust. We've seen people kill each other. It's terrible, but we've never seen the ultimate good unless it's in a Bible scripture, like a Jesus or a Buddha. So the thing is we need to be able to, every person, if they can come up with the ultimate good that they can imagine for their life and then strive towards making that a reality, they would become a better version of themselves. They become stronger, smarter, and more intelligent and conscious. And with that becomes, and also understanding that I don't know, because we go back to that, like most people fight over their beliefs. I believe in this and you believe in that. But if you didn't know and you could agree on both that fundamentally you don't really know, then you'd have nothing to fight over. So once you don't know, then you can make a life that'd be like, if I had this life, this would be worthwhile. And then using this extremely intelligent genetic pharmacy to be able to manipulate your mood, because you have the ability to do it, and control your emotions and align them with coordinates with your disciplines. So your daily disciplines are now in accordance with that long-term goal. So now you see, that's why I'm getting up at 4 and hitting the workout and doing this, because if I do this consistently, then I can have this type of life. And the more conscious you become this way, the more of your destiny you'll actually be able to control. SLBS, have a good morning.